guys, Charlotte here, and today I'll be reviewing Need by Carrie Jones. It is the first book in the Need series. First off, I'm going to read the bio to you. Sarah White suspects there's a freaky guy semi-stalking her. She's also obsessed with phobias, and it's true, she hasn't exactly been herself since her stepfather died. But exiling her to Shivery, Maine, to live with her grandmother? That seems a bit extreme. The move is supposed to help her stay sane, but Zara's pretty sure her mother just can't deal with her right now. She couldn't be more wrong. Turns out the semi-stalker is not a figment of Zara's overactive imagination. In fact, he's still following her, leaving behind an eerie trail of gold dust. There's something not right, not human, in the sleepy Maine town, and all signs point to Zara. Sorry that I kind of stumble when I read out loud. It's just because I read out loud. I'm not used to it at all. I read in my head normally. But I think I did okay, right? You got the bio, and it's really about, when I say what I'm about to say, it's not spoiling it because it comes out in the first chapter, but it's pixies leaving behind the gold dust. And the whole thing is sort of revolving around the pixies and how they're trying to take Zara. And it's kind of weird. I mean, okay, so first off, Zara comes to this town and she makes instant friends with the loners, and then the loners see the freaky guy. So her and her friends are one day sitting at lunch in the cafeteria, and they all see the guy pointing at her. Okay, so Zara's here eating lunch, and they look out the window, and there's this guy looking at you. And yeah, it's kind of creepy, but it is creepy. But so it turns out later on that they're pixies, and they leave gold dust where they go. Now I was like, oh, that's creative. When I first read the bio that it was going to be pixies, When I first read the bio about gold dust, I was like, gold dust? Is it going to be a glary vampire? But no, actually, that was one of the things I liked the most when I read this because it was creative. I mean, they sort of overplayed it in the cover, because it wasn't actually a huge point in the book, the dust. But yeah, I thought that was creative. Not like sparkly vampires, but the gold dust was creative. But then around 100 or so pages, it starts getting cliche. And I don't know about you, but sometimes cliches really annoy me, and the other times they don't. I don't care. But this time was a time. I got pretty annoyed by, I just dropped the book. I got pretty annoyed by how Zara was just like, oh yeah, you're pixie, you're a werewolf. She reacted for one chapter, and then she was like, okay, you're a pixie. But I thought that was kind of weird. And then there's this guy, Nick, who she goes out with eventually. I don't know, love-hate relationship, sort of. And, okay, so they know each other for 2 weeks, right? And by the end of the book, they're making out on the couch with the grandma right there, and she's like, mm-hmm. So that was weird, first off. Not first off, I just say that too much. I give it a 3.5 out of 5 stars, because if you are one who hates cliches, do not read this, because it is pretty darn cliched. It has its creative points. It definitely does. Zara's obsessed with phobias, and that was really creative. That and gold dust, those were my favorite aspects of it. But it definitely does have cliche parts, so it depends on the person, really. So I am actually gonna try to get the second one at some point. I didn't hate it that much, but I'm hoping that the other ones are better. But yeah, I mean, it was pretty good. The writing style was nice. It flowed. It wasn't jagged. It was flowy. The biggest concern was probably the cliches, and I've covered that, so I'm done. Thanks for watching. Ta-ta.